35 three-pointers. So I think being more physical, going inside, and mixing up his game when the threes aren't going. So I think all three of the players, LeBron, right at the top of the list, took a long, hard look at themselves in the finals and through the year. And it's hard to address weaknesses as a human being or as a basketball player, but all three of them did. They came back better and fiercer, and LeBron very honest with himself first, and then with all of us after the fact.
No, it was a very revealing stat you just gave, Eric. When he takes more threes and free throws, he was one of the leading free throw shooters in the NBA. He indeed waited all season long. Only take 20 in 6 games. Shows you that he was playing a little passively, was shooting too much from the outside possibly, and that maybe trying to set up teammates too much rather than try to take over games with his size and his ability. And he understands that. One of the things, you love a lot of things about he and Wade. They're very similar, but they don't sugarcoat anything. They're very honest about themselves and how their game is, and they realize that they could have played a lot better in the playoffs last year, and they're determined to do that this year.
We have 5 minutes and a little extra left in this first quarter. The Red-Black game. Norris Cole, the point guard, looking pretty good so far. Cole has 6 points for the white team. Yeah, I want to go back to those numbers we gave about LeBron, Tony. In the finals, we said 20 free throws, 35 threes attempted. We go back to the conference finals. In that 5-game series, he took 44 free throws and just 18 threes. So you see how different the stats were and how different his game was from an outstanding conference final against Chicago to a subpar NBA final against Dallas.
No, I think what you also have to do, Eric, let's not discount the fact you got to give Dallas some credit for the way they played LeBron James. It wasn't all he's not what he didn't do. It's also what Dallas was able to make him do.
Nice dunk by Dexter Pittman, the second-year man from Texas. I don't think there's any question what you said has great validity, Tony. And even in the early days of Heat training camp, while it may still sting to think about it, Dwayne Wade and others gave credit to the Mavericks. Wade, as a matter of fact, said it was their time, and they did give Dallas a lot of credit over the last couple of days when they rehashed it. Juwan Howard with an interception. Now the white team advances with a 7-point lead. Basket right foul by Joel Anthony. Heading Terrell Harris to the free throw line.
Eric, this time of year, you're going to expect some sloppiness. Normally, they wouldn't be playing this type of game now. They'd go another 2 or 3 days, which would be another about 5 practices before they would even get into something like this. So I think early in the season, you're going to see guys maybe trying to go a little too fast, maybe turning the ball over a little too much league-wide, and then it'll get better as the season goes along.
Tony, from the opening day of training camp, the Heat and other teams had 17 days until the regular season opens on Christmas Day. Eric Spoelstra told all of us that he's working his team gradually in the game shape. Now, most of the players came back very fit, but Spo changing his practices a little bit. More scrimmages, more rest, and fewer 2-a-day practice sessions than a normal training camp.
Well, the Heat is probably one of the teams in the league that got hurt the most by the inaction during July, August, and September. Normally, he has workouts all summer long. Guys come back after Labor Day and they work out with the coaching staff. You're allowed to do that in the NBA, and they're ready to go once the practices start in October, in late October, early November. Obviously, this year that didn't happen. Each guy had to do it on his own without the supervision of the coaching staff, and so they're not going to be in the kind of shape coming in that they would have been in a normal situation.
No changes being made, both sides, as LeBron James is back into the game. LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, all beginning their 9th NBA seasons, and they're second together here in Miami. This is Cole, got it off. Basket, it was a 24-second violation.
Heat ball.
Now, Tony, the outsiders looking in, everybody points to the Heat, knows it's a quality team, a championship contending team, but 2 spots the critics look at, center and point guard. Let's take one at a time. How would you address the Heat's point guard spot at this moment with Mario Chalmers and Norris Cole appearing to be the top 2 in that order?
Well, there's a couple of thoughts about it. Mario Chalmers really played well in that Dallas series, played well in the playoffs. He's a big game player. He's not afraid to take the big shot. He shot the ball well from the 3-point line. Sometimes he'll make mistakes, but being in his 4th year now, he's probably learned a lot in the first 3 years. He's ready to step into that role. The other side of the thought is, when you got a guy like LeBron and a guy like D. Wade, sometimes you don't need a pure point guard to play with them, because those two guys are the ones that are going to handle the ball a lot.
Now, last time we saw Mario Chalmers was Game 6 of the finals.